Very pleased to be joined by Doug Coates for our final segment here this morning. How are you doing this morning, Doug?
Good. I'm glad I was the final segment, not the early one.
Well, we appreciate you being here nonetheless. You have a great background in commercial illustration and graphic design. You have these works in front of us here and to our left. Tell us how your background led you into making pieces of art.
Well, if we go back to the Stone Age, which is when I started doing graphic design, it was, we did it all with markers and paper, and now it's all computerized. But I had that experience or exposure to it back then, and I did a lot of, illustration work for, old companies like Eaton's and Sears, and I did some for Ford Canada. So some illustration work there, and then my design career took off, and I left that behind because photography took over.
And that's kind of the basis of what we're looking at for this really cool Dodge Charger and the old Ford in front of us?
Yes, that's exactly it, yeah. And then I just had some old tools from that trade from back those days, and I just sort of pulled them out a few years ago and started at it again. And
to a much larger scale to our left, tell us about this Porsche.
Oh yeah, the Porsche. Yeah, this Porsche is a 1970 Porsche 917. It was the same style that was used in the movie Grand Le Mans back with Paul Newman, I think it was, back then. And yeah, it just inspired me, the design of it, and I guess having a design background, I just thought it would be more appropriate to do it more in a graphic style than a traditional painting.
Well, it looks fantastic, Doug. The attention to details there, right from the Goodyear stickers to Shell, of course. What do you enjoy the most about being a part of a show like this?
Oh, camaraderie. Last year I joined the show and signed up, and they accepted me, which, automotive art isn't a big thing in the art field, I don't think. And by the time I left here, I was on the board.
But, you're doing automotive art. There's really so many different displays. There's really something for everyone, you would say.
Absolutely, yeah. There's the one thing I think that I really liked about the whole way, the direction that the group was going, is the diversity. Not only in people, and the different people that are in it, and age groups. It's from, young folks to people of my generation, but also diversity of art. We're not limited to one particular style or technique.
Very well spoken, Doug. Again, the Fine Art Fair is going to be starting at 4 o'clock today, running, of course, throughout this weekend. Great to see so much talent here in our province, and always a pleasure bringing that to you here on CTV Morning Live. Come on down to the Winnipeg Fine Art Fair.